Welcome into the BRSN Insider. I'm sitting down with Benedictine College men's lacrosse coach Ben Coughlin. Coach, thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Opening round loss in the KCAC Conference Tournament to Missouri Valley. Take us through that game.
They're good. We came out strong first quarter. I think we tied it up, 3-3? And we knew if we were going to, stay in the ball game, we'd have to play a perfect game. And, we did that first quarter. Second, third, fourth quarter, couple turnovers here and there, and they capitalize, because that's what good teams do. They capitalize on the other team's mistakes, and they got on a run, and they're the number one team in the country for a reason. So, but yeah, good game, good experience, to get to the playoffs.
5-7 overall, 2-3 in conference play. Your overall thoughts on the season?
That's a small question with a big answer, so I'll try to keep it as quick as possible. I felt like we took a step forward, maybe not as big of a step as I would have liked to have taken, but I'm never satisfied. Even if we went 12-0, I'd be like, well, not a great season, but we definitely took a step in the right direction. So what it comes down to now is just getting to the off season and getting ready for season number 3.
Working through fall ball and going into the spring, was there somebody, maybe a freshman or sophomore, or even a returner, that impressed you, that made a big impact in the spring?
I would say the addition of Tyler Santini, freshman out of San Diego. He really gave us a spark on defense. His overall excitement, just how he plays the game, his enthusiasm, and his passion, I'd say, really gave us an extra spark, I'd say.
Offensively, you lose 20 goals and 24 points from Brendan Bowe. He had a good year, but you return Kyle Thompson and guys like Peter Gerard, who led your team in points. Talk about a little bit of those three and the offensive production they had this year.
Right. Well, actually, Bowe will be back next year as well, so that's awesome.
Even better.
Yeah, even better, right? So, the offense, especially on the attack side, really excited about them coming back. Peter, coming back. Bo will be coming back. Jack Candoff, who you guys did not see this year, who was probably our top recruit from the 2016 class. He'll be back. Tore his ACL. Excited about him. Ryan Heinzer will be a junior. Kyle will be a junior as well. Remy, junior as well. So we're pretty excited about the offense next year and the defense.
Split time between Vance Howerton and Zach McGuff in the net. What did you see from Vance this year, looking forward into next year?
That was a tough spot to be in. McGuff, senior goalie, coming in, play a lot for us. Last year, Vance coming in, freshman, stud, got it done. So that goalie position was a battle the whole season through. But you gotta give credit to McGuff. I think he handled that situation beautifully. I don't think anybody could have really handled it as good as he did. But yeah, split time. Vance got some good reps. He saw some good teams. So excited for him to sort of take over the reins next year and propel us into the future. Moving
into the off season now. What do off-season workouts look like for the guys, and then recruiting also bringing in more pieces for next year?
Yeah, good question. So off-season-wise, we kind of give them a break until about June 1st. And, before they depart campus, we'll give them a summer conditioning program. So we're putting that together, give that to them, 12-week program. So when they get back here in August, they'll be ready to go. So that's how we do that. Recruiting-wise, we graduate 8 guys. We're bringing in 11 guys. So, the team is going to continue to grow. And, we're going to get that competition that we want. And the cream will rise to the top.
Is there a certain position that you focused on in this year's recruiting class?
This year I went, not position, but I think defense was something that we wanted to continue strengthening. That's definitely been our MO the past 2 years. So wanted to make sure that we really improve that again, and with guys like Gherkin coming back, Scott Taylor's coming back, Tyler Santini's coming back, that core is still there. So I want to make sure that we strengthen that core even more.
With the guys coming back and the recruits coming in, what does the future of Benedictine College men's lacrosse look like?
Brian, I'm really excited, especially for this third season, I guess I would say. You know, when I got here, I kind of had that benchmark. You know, that third season is going to be like the season that really, you know, takes us off. I think we're trending the right direction, certainly, and I just, you know, want that to continue.
Well, Coach, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Another
no
good
problem.
year, and best of luck to you next year.
Thanks.
Ben Coughlin, head men's lacrosse coach at Benedictine College on the BRSN Insider.
Benedictine College is a chosen place with a special mission. Chosen to lead students in the classroom and outside it. Chosen to bring students closer to God and to each other. Chosen to build one of the great Catholic colleges in America.
There's a call to be answered. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Build character for life at championsofcharacter.org.
Welcome back into the BRSN Insider. I'm sitting down with head women's lacrosse coach Amanda Magee. Coach, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
We'll start with your most recent conference championship game loss to Ottawa. Take us through that game.
That was probably the most intense game we played all season. We definitely got ourselves into a bit of a hole to start off. It was 6-1 playing into the first half. And we were just battling back for the rest of the game. I'm really proud and happy of how the ladies played. I thought we played very well. We kind of ran out of time. But I think it's a testament to their character that they never stopped trying no matter what the score was. They were going to leave it all out on the field.
This year, regular season outright, conference championship, you get to hang a banner up on the wall. What's that mean for your program in the second year?
It's really exciting, and I know they were really, really happy to not share that regular season conference championship this year. Last year it was a three-way tie with Missouri Valley and Ottawa. So this year that it was just ours, it felt like we really took steps forward for the program. And they really toughed it out this season. We had a lot of one-goal games. Championship game 2 didn't end up going our way, but it was definitely super exciting to just have that and have that just be ours this year. And they worked for it. It did not come easy.
11-3 overall, and you finished perfect in the conference. Your thoughts on the season?
I thought it was a great season. Like I said before, I think we definitely took steps forward as a program. I'm really happy with their dedication this year, their hard work this year, their hustle. And I think we upped our game offensively and just our pace of play. Next year it's going to be a little different too. We're adding that 90-second shot clock rule. So that's something we'll have to adjust to as well. And I'm excited to see how that shakes out with everybody in the conference.
The recruits you brought in this year, and especially the freshmen, played pivotal parts in your guys' season, including Molly McNary. Talk a little bit about her.
I am definitely the type of coach where I don't care what year you are. I don't care if you're a freshman or a senior. I'm going to play the best player, and she was the best at her job this year. Molly is the type of lady who has no fear on the field. So she's going to go 1v1 to cage. She's going to continue to challenge. She's going to look to put points on the board, whether it's scoring, whether it's assisting. She was massive for our offense this year. She scored a majority of our goals in the championship game. We'd be in a very different spot if we didn't have her this year. So it's great to see a freshman take such a big leadership role. And I can't wait to see what she's going to do in the next 3 years and how good she'll be come senior year.
Well, when you hear what she did all year, 44 goals. First in the conference in goals per game, second in the conference overall in total goals. And Conference Offensive Player of the Year. You have to be excited about that.
Yeah, that's a lot to do your freshman year. And I know she had really high expectations for herself. She was very successful in high school as well, but I don't even think she expected this year. So it's great for her to be recognized, and I think it'll push her even more throughout the summer and fall ball too. Just say, hey, you got a lot to live up to. Let's not make sure this isn't a fluke. Your freshman year, make sure you're still continuing to get better every day.
And then again, you add the returners and a wonderful supporting cast of Caitlin Chicky and Lizzie Darrow, who also with 27 and 30 goals for themselves this year. Talk a little bit about how maybe they helped the Mollies and the Casey Moores and some of the freshmen to shine brightest this year.
Well, they've been there before. So in those tough games where it was back and forth or championship games, things of that such, they were there for that support and that leadership. I think it's hard. We brought in a big class of freshmen this year, and I think they were a little intimidated by the returners. And Caitlin and Lizzie were great at making them feel comfortable on and off the field. And just a wonderful support system for them. Lizzie kind of changed her role up this year. She was still our quarterback. She called all the plays down there. But she took more of an assisting role this year, which I think was really nice for her to have a little bit of the pressure taken off. And then Caitlin is just the type of player that I can stick anywhere and she's going to be successful. So having her as our center or midfield was huge for us, and she played a lot of games, so she had a lot of experience under her belt and was able to help those freshmen in times that they may be a little bit nervous for certain games. So she's wonderful. She'll be greatly missed next year.
Along with those three, you add Casey Moore, Claudia O'Connell, Antonia Nelson to the first team all-conference selection, and second team, Mariana Brown, Shannon Grill, Riley Etter. When you have that many awards coming in, what does that speak to how good your team actually is?
It was really special this year. I felt like last year it was easy to face guard us. I feel like a lot of the times they would just pick Lizzie out. And this year it felt like we had a complete set of dominating ladies on the field, and they didn't know who to pick up or who to face guard because we had so many different people that could score at a time. And Claudia O'Connell, she has just blown me away in the past 2 years. She didn't really play at all last year, and she came back ready to rock for fall ball. I could tell she had busted her butt during the summer months. And to be a starter and start every single game and to get first team should make her, she should be so proud of that. I'm so proud of her for that. That's just hard work right there.
You have Taryn St. Louis start the majority of the games, and then absolutely outstanding at one point, 3 straight KCAC Defensive Player of the Week awards. And then towards the end of the year, and maybe you're arguably the biggest game against Midland, Teresa Petrocelli takes over, and the two of them kind of platoon in the conference tournament. Talk a little bit about the two of them.
So Taryn and Teresa, they're both fantastic goalies. Taryn had a little accident. She fell and split her knee open. She had to get 10 stitches, so it was really, really difficult for her to step to the ball. She was out for about a week, and she had been dynamite all season for us, again, during our conference games, but she was unable to play for that last game against Midland. And Teresa stepped up and played so fantastic that game. And I think that's such a testament to the type of person and player she is. She never felt like because Taryn was starting, she could just take a back seat and she was going to be the second string goalie. She came out on fire. She won NAIA Defensive Player of the Week, which was huge for us. First time ever for our program. We've received an honor for that. I think it was really, really well deserved for her. And I think for the both of them, it's such a tough position, and to have each other is such a great motivating factor to know that you can't slack off. You've got someone chomping at the bit right behind you who can do a great job in the cage. I love having that sort of competition with them. It's really a blessing.
And it's not a bad problem to have two fantastic goalies like that, 1 and 2. Moving into the off season, workout-wise and also recruiting-wise, what does the summer look like for you guys rolling into fall ball?
So they'll get a summer workout packet, and that'll start in about 3 weeks and will go until they get back in August. I'm a big proponent. I don't like to burn them out in the summer. I think they really work hard throughout the entire school year. I like them to take some time off with their family and their friends and enjoy those summer months. So they go about 3 to 4 days on during the summer, and as best that they can, and keep the stick in their hands as much as they can. Recruiting wise, I am doing a little bit on the West Coast this year. I love Casey Moore, and she's from Seattle, so I'm trying to pull more kids from that coast. It's a little bit easier to have them come out this way than grab the girls from the East Coast. It's just a lot more competitive out there and a lot more teams. So that's my focus this year. Go to Showcase in Seattle, one in Portland, Oregon, and then a couple in the Midwest. So I'm excited to diversify our roster a little bit more.
You graduate 4 seniors, including 2/3 of your back line defensively. Did you focus defensively, or is there any other areas you focused on?
Yeah, we're bringing in a majority of defenders and defensive middies for next year. Shannon Rowe and Claudia O'Connell were a massive part of our success this year. I'm a big fan of defense win games. So I really, really look to make sure we had that coming in for next year. We've got a lot of returners, Madigan, Schulte, Riley, Emily Ruland, who are also fantastic defense players and midfielders. So I know they'll be able to fill those holes. It's a lot to do with also the leadership off the field. And I know the ladies on the team really, really respected them and their presence. So I think we'll feel that loss a lot.
Thinking of all the returning pieces you have and the pieces you have coming in, what's the future of women's lacrosse look like?
Hopefully more championships, right? That's the goal. We fell a little bit short of our goal this year. I know we really, really wanted to get back to the national invitational. So sometimes a loss is what you need to kind of light the fire. And I know they're going to remember that game for a while. And I think that is really going to help them work hard during the summer, work hard during the fall, because we know what it feels like to win, and we know what it feels like to lose now. But that's the goal. More conference championships, more conference tournament championships. When people hear Benedictine College women's lacrosse, I want it to be synonymous with winning in class. So that's the overall goal.
Well, Coach, thank you very much. Another fantastic year.
Thank you.
And best of luck to you guys next year.
Thank you so much.
Amanda Magee, head coach of the Benedictine College women's lacrosse team on the BRSN Insider.
Benedictine College is a chosen place with a special mission. Chosen to lead students in the classroom and outside it. Chosen to bring students closer to God and to each other. Chosen to build one of the great Catholic colleges in America.